78 Sports TV here with the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Pretty good, man. All right. I haven't spoken to you since before the Prevekin situation. You fought Chris Arreola. You had an injury. Can you give the fans an update on the status of your injury and your health?
Well, the status of my injury is that my doctor said it's 100% healed. So I may continue boxing, which that's what I've been doing in camp. Well, in training camp will start to later, but in training just to hold my hand to see how it's going to be. You know, it's the difference between the doctor saying that my hand is healed, and then compared to going out and hitting somebody with the hand. You know, that's totally two different things, and that's where we're at right now. That's what we think about. That's where we're at. That's why we need a fight to see what happens before we go aiming for these other titles. You know, that's the goal to get all the belts. So we got to test it. We got to test this hand out to make sure that I don't have no resistance between throwing my hand full flush like I always do. You know, no hesitation in there as well too. And my health is great. My health is always great. I'm always taking care of myself. I'm always in shape. No matter what, and I'm just ready to go.
All right. So you're saying that you want to test out your hand and make sure everything's good to go. Is that why the opponent selection was who it was?
Most definitely. You know, our casual boxing fans, whatever they want to call themselves, you know, people always think that when you come off with something, you gotta go get the best. You gotta go do this, but in reality, it don't work like that. Boxing is a business first and foremost. Anybody that understands the business of boxing understands how boxing is operated. You know, when you come off a serious hand injury, a serious bicep injury, you do not find the toughest fight you can find. You just don't do that. That's only in the video game. And realistic in real life, boxing is not a game. You can't play this on no video game. You know, so you have to come back. You have to come and test your hand out. Not saying that my opponent that I'm fighting is going to be a weak opponent. You know, people already estimate people because of who they fought or whatever. This man that only lost was against Alexander Prevekin. You know, he's still a dangerous fighter. He's a heavyweight. You know, so with that being said, you can't write nobody off. People always writing people off, you know, just because they heard of them or something like that. But it don't, in the fight game, it don't work like that. It don't work like that at all. That we chose this guy. We didn't think because it was going to be easy. We thought that with my style and his style, it would complement itself and it would turn out to be a great tester for my hand. And that's what we're doing with.
Okay. Also, I heard a rumor, and I wanted to see if you could confirm or dismiss that rumor right now. Is there any truth to Tyson Fury preparing to fight you sometime next year?
It could be possible. I talked to Fury when he had the cocaine thing going on. I talked to him because I said I was going to reach out to him, and I'm always a man of my word. And I wanted to check up on him as a friend in boxing, first and foremost, just to see what the health is, because we've been promoting that fight for 4.5 years, and I feel that we didn't do it for nothing, and he feels the same way. So, you know, there's nothing that's been talked about, but I'm all for it. You know, that fight must take place, and when it's time for him to be ready for it, I'll be ready for it. That's a fight that must happen. So, you know, people can put it as rumors or something. You know, that can be something that can be told as, it could be a rumor, but it can also can happen as well too. So, you know, we're looking for Tyson Fury to return. I think he want to get 2 more fights in to come back off or less fights or whatever, and then after that, we'll see what next.
Okay, are you can you speak on the Alexander Povetkin situation? Can you take any questions on that, or do you have a legal situation going on?
Yeah, at this point, it's all. We leaving it over to my lawyers and stuff. There's 2 forms in the case at this point. So all questions just go to my lawyer. We leave to prove everything where it is.
Okay. What do you think of the rise of Anthony Joshua? He'll be fighting Vladimir Klitschko next. What do you think of that fight? What's your prediction?
I've been liking what Anthony's been doing. You know, Eddie Hearns has been moving him along very well. You know, that's the mastermind behind everything. Eddie Hearns, he sets him up even after a fight. You know, even before a fight is over, you already have another finisher lined up. That's every fighter's dream. You know, what Eddie Hearns is doing is great. I think it's great for fighters. You know, what he's doing. So, you know, kudos to them and their stable of what they're doing in the boxing business. You know, what we put in front of them, that's what Anthony does. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy how you see on one side of the pond, you got a guy like myself, you know, knock people out like I do. It's always the fashion that I does it in, or fight a certain type of guy, and then you get another guy on the other side of the pond that, you know, knock guys out, but not in the same fashion I does, and fight guys, you know, that if Deontay would have fought him, they consider that bum. But when he fight him, it's one of the biggest things ever, you know. And that's kind of funny, you know, to see that side of it. You know, it's just like for example with Eric Molina, when I fought him, everybody called him a bum, and
right.
It wasn't a good fight. But when Joshua fights him, it's one of the biggest fights in the world. It's a great fight. It's a great test. You know, which is fine with me. It's just kind of funny. I find that's kind of funny, but through everything else, you know, he's been doing a good job. And my prediction on the fight, you know, it's going to be hard because it's going to be hard to predict a fight like that because but Joshua is still not experienced enough. We haven't seen enough for him to really just go off on. Like, only thing we can go off on is, okay, he's knocking the guys out and he's tall, he got power. And that's really the only thing we go off. We can't go off on when if you get in this position, this situation, or what if this situation has. Now you're jumping from guys you've been fighting to the elite level of guys, you know. And Klitschko is by far the most experienced guy. As being a champion, he's the most experienced guy up there at the top. So, you know, I think that's a big leap for those guys. You know, but I think it's just all Eddie Hearns doing. So, you know, I think if it was left with the Joshua, he'd probably slow it down a little bit than going up there. But who knows? You know, but in my heart, I'm going for Joshua, but in my mind, I'm going for Klitschko. You know,
okay.
In all hearts of heart, you know, in all hearts of hearts, I would love for him to win because what bigger fight than having Anthony Joshua in the Bronze Bomber fight? Now that's the fight that everybody wants to see.
Right.
You know, even over the Klitschko fight, you know, but Klitschko got the more experience, and we're going to see how he does, you know. We see what his last fight was, and it was looking like he was a little old, but he could have redeemed himself and come back. Both styles are the same to me. You know, they both got robotic styles, and Klitschko like to come off sometimes, come straight down the pipe with the right hand, and then Joshua don't have no head movement. So we're going to see how well he takes getting hit and stuff like that. So it's an intriguing fight, and it's an interesting one. One that I would be definitely watching.
Okay, the newly crowned WBO champion Joseph Parker said after his fight that he wanted to fight you next. Do you welcome that challenge?
You know, when I heard that, I immediately called my people. I called him, all of them. I said, if all goes well with this fight that I got in February, I don't, you know, no injuries, my hand is healed, and it can take 100% impact on it as well, that I want that fight next. They talking about fighting in April, and I'd love to come back around and fight again in April. Why not? You know, a lot of fighters will do it, just come out for a fight to get right back into a fight, because most times the camps be a surreal fight, you know, not even the actual fight. And people don't understand that, you know. Just actual casual boxing fans, they don't understand the camp is the real fight. That's the part you got to get past, the camp part. And then when you go into a fight, that's supposed to be easy, you know, compared to what your camp was like. But I love fighting, you know, and I want to make a great impression in boxing in 2017. I want to show the other guys this is how you do it, you know. So if all goes well with this fight, I want and things go well with everything on his ear, I wouldn't mind turning right back around and coming back, fighting Joseph Walker, the unified division, with his WBO belt and my WBC belt, and do it that way. You know, it's easier said than done, of course. And boxing is a business, and it's going to be a lot of rules and regulations in that to get that to happen. And I know. And we're going to see what happens. We're going to take a stab at it. They say they want it. I definitely want it. I made some calls to try to get it to happen, and they are on it. So we're going to see what happens. And if this can be pulled out, oh my goodness, that's even more exciting for the heavyweight division.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think of Dillian White? He just fought Derek Chisora in a very good heavyweight matchup. Now he's climbing the rankings in the WBC. We got Bermane Stiverne out there, who you already defeated. Was supposed to fight Povetkin, but you know, history repeats itself with that guy. Now, what would you like to see happen as far as your mandatory position? Because I don't think right now you have a set mandatory for the WBC. What would you like to see happen with Dillian White and Bermane Stiverne?
I mean, you know, for me and my mandatory, I don't really care. You know, may the best man win to get that position. You know, when that time comes, I will fight who they have as my mandatory, no matter who they are, whether it's Dillian White or Bermane Stiverne. You know, either or. You know, it wouldn't matter who it was. You know, they line them up and I take them down. That's all I have to say about that one. Line them up, I'm gonna take them down.
All right. David Haye has returned to boxing. Hasn't fought anybody yet, but you know he got a lot of mouth on him. He's calling everybody out. What do you think of David Haye's return to boxing? Do you think it's in your personal opinion? Do you think this is a genuine love for the sport of boxing, wanting to compete, or do you think it's financially motivated?
I would hope that it's not financially. You know, he made some good money throughout his career to be able to support him, but we don't know what kind of habits we don't know what kind of habits that he has to make him continue to want to do it. You know, but so I'm going to go and say it's the love of it. You know, it's the love of boxing first and foremost that brings fighters back. Even if some fighters are hurting for money, you gotta have a love for it to do it, because people don't understand, man. Boxing, I keep saying, it's not a video game. It don't work like that. It's not. Boxing is one of the hardest sports in the world, and if it's not, please let me know what it is. You know, it's one of the hardest sports in the world, and you're just not gonna just come into this sport and just think you're gonna prevail past all these different fighters and stuff. But it's just way different than that, you know. And I think, you know, you gotta love this sport to do it first. Whether you're rich or whether you're poor, to be in boxing, you got to love it. And I think he loves it, and I think he loves the attention that he's getting, whether it's negative or positive. And you know, most of all, he believes in himself. Sometimes you just have to believe in yourself. Forget what somebody else thinks of you. Forget what the world talks with this phrase you have. You have to believe in yourself to get in there. So, you know, we'll see what he do. It makes it interesting and exciting for him to still be in here, even though that he been lost to a lot of fans due to the pullout of fight that he have did. But, you know, he can still make a name for himself. He's still a dangerous fighter in there with the division, I believe. So, you know, definitely up to David Haye. into accomplishing what he's trying to do until he gets to the fight that he's trying to get to.
Okay, Deontay, my last question for you. In 2017, okay, will we see Deontay Wilder, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world?
Man, I wanna instantly say yes, you will. You will see Deontay Wilder as an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, but it's not that simple. You know, I want it to be that way. Hopefully, it turns out to be. Hopefully, everything goes as according. Hopefully, all the transactions dealing with other managers or other promoters or other networks, everybody come together. If everybody comes together, you can bet your last dollar you see Deontay Wilder as the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world in 2017. If something goes wrong, nobody agrees on nothing, certain things, then it's going to be another delay. But I'm definitely going to fight for another belt in 2017. If anything, that'll bring me even much closer to unifying. But we'll see. It's going to be tricky. Like I said, boxing is a business, and we conduct it accordingly, and we're going to go from there. So hopefully everybody come on the same page. Everybody wants the same thing. I see all the fighters hollering out they want to unify the division ever since I've said it. So hopefully that strengthens something in their promoters and managers and everybody that has something to deal with boxing. So hopefully the political side don't get involved in it, and everybody be in agreement to everything happen, and just let the fans what they want to see. Finally,
Right. Hey, man, I agree 120%, but I want to thank you for your time, champ. Hopefully everything's good with your health and your arm is fully recovered, so we can start seeing, the matchups we've been waiting on, you versus Tyson Fury, the winner of Klitschko versus Joshua, and guys like that, even Joseph Parker. But you stay strong, champ. You know what I mean? The fans got your back, you are the only American heavyweight champion of the world, and that means something, so we rooting for you.
My man, I appreciate that so much, man, and I'm looking forward to 2017. I can't wait till it get here, and that's where everything starts, man. So appreciate you, man. You have a great day.
You too, man. Happy holidays.
My man.